The Silk Scarf and the Royal Storyteller. Once upon a time, in the verdant kingdom of Satvana, where hills rolled gently and rivers whispered through quiet villages, there lived a man named Shankar. He was just a humble water-bearer, yet his name was known far and wide, not for riches or status, but for the warmth of his heart and the ever-present smile on his lips. No one passed by without receiving a cheerful greeting, a light joke, or simply a kind nod from him. Though he lived in poverty in a thatched hut by the river, Shankar never complained. He would often say, "Each day I get to see the light, hear laughter, and that itself is a gift." Stories of the cheerful water-bearer eventually reached King Rajendra, a powerful ruler known for his melancholy. One gray afternoon, watching the rain fall in steady drizzles beyond the palace window, the king asked his trusted advisor, "Is there anyone among the people who lightens hearts, like the first breeze of spring?" The advisor nodded. "Indeed, your majesty. His name is Shankar, a water-bearer with the soul of a poet." Shankar was summoned to the palace. Standing before the king, he neither bowed too low nor trembled. He simply smiled, eyes shining. "I am but a water-bearer, but if that can bring you peace, I offer all my strength." Day after day, Shankar brought more than water. He brought laughter to the palace. Folk tales, witty exchanges, even lullabies his mother once sang, all captivated the king and his court. Even King Rajendra, known for his coldness, often kept Shankar after feasts to hear another story. The queen once said, "He weaves dreams with his words." But as with all lights that shine brightly in darkness, Shankar's glow began to blind some eyes. One man could not bear it. Minister Veer, once the king's closest confidant. Veer felt overshadowed. Jealousy took root and grew into bitter hatred. One stormy night, Veer visited Shankar with a grave expression. "I come as a friend. The king, he is displeased with you. Rumor has it your breath offends him. He won't say it aloud, but he avoids you." Shankar was stunned. The ground seemed to melt beneath him. After a pause, he asked, "What should I do?" Veer, sly and calculating, suggested, "To protect both your dignity and his, wear a silk scarf over your mouth when near the king. That way no one is hurt." Trusting and loyal, Shankar agreed. From that day on, Shankar entered the palace with a silk scarf covering half his face. At first, the king was puzzled, but over time, the silence and distance grew suspicious. One evening, the king asked Veer, "Why does Shankar hide his mouth when with me?" Veer, feigning hesitation, replied, "I asked him, sire. He said, 'Your breath is unpleasant.'" A storm of rage brewed in the king's heart. Wordlessly, he issued a decree. "Tomorrow, the one who carries the bouquet I hand out shall die. The sword at the palace gate shall judge." The next day, as always, Shankar served dutifully. The king, though seething, kept a calm face. He handed Shankar a bouquet of crimson roses. "Take this. Consider it a final reward." Unaware of the trap, Shankar bowed and left. At the palace gate, Veer appeared, voice dripping with contempt. "Where did you get those flowers?" "From the king." Veer snatched them away. "Someone like you is unworthy." He walked off proudly, flowers in hand. Moments later, the sword flashed. Veer fell. His blood soaked the roses. The next morning, Shankar returned to the palace. The king stared in disbelief. "You are alive." Shankar smiled innocently. "I have always lived sincerely, your majesty." The king paused. Then, with remorse in his voice, "Why did you wear the silk scarf before me?" Shankar recounted Veer's words, his eyes free of resentment. For the first time, the king laughed through tears. "That man, he truly deserved the flowers more than you." From that day, Shankar was no longer the water-bearer. He became the Royal Storyteller. The silk scarf was set aside. replaced with a gold-trimmed robe. Each night, he sat before the court and told stories, many drawn from his own life. True kindness is quiet, yet echoes forever. Jealousy does not kill instantly, but it consumes its bearer. And so, in the grand palace, the laughter of the water-bearer echoed on, reminding all generations, honesty, humility, and a pure heart. These are the shortest paths to true light. Messages from the silk scarf and the Royal Storyteller. True kindness needs no show. Shankar never boasted or sought reward. He lived with simple goodness, and that made him beloved. Genuine kindness always shines, even when unnoticed. Jealousy is a double-edged sword, Minister. Veer had power and status, but his envy led to his downfall. In life, when jealousy corrodes the heart, the first to be harmed is always oneself. Truth and sincerity always prevail. Shankar didn't need to defend or fight to prove his integrity. His unwavering honesty and sincerity carried him safely through the deadliest of schemes. Deceit may win briefly, but never forever. Veer may have succeeded briefly, deceiving both Shankar and the king, but lies never last. Justice may come late, but it always arrives. Worth is not from status. But character Shankar was just a poor water-bearer, yet his heart was more precious than any treasure in the palace. This tale reminds us, it is character, not rank, that defines a person's true worth.
If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a nudge to rise again. And if you want more heartfelt, transformative stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Thank you for listening. We'll meet again in the next story.